What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Medalist Table podcast. It is Halloween. As you can see, we are Barbie and Ken, and we're so excited to do this. Our topic today is relationships. Noah and I are going to discuss our perspectives on different relationship topics. So let's just get started. Do you think, how soon is too soon to move with a partner, or what do you think about living with a partner? Should you live with your partner before you're married, type thing?
Let's see. So
Disclosure, we're already living together.
yeah.
But it is an interesting topic that I still think is important.
It depends on the person, though. Sometimes some people may not be ready to move in. Even like some people may think 7 months is early.
Yeah.
To move in with each other. So I don't. It just depends. But
yeah, I think when we first were about to move in, I thought it was early. Like when we were talking about it, it felt like an early time to be having the conversation. But like the way it worked out, the timing was just perfect because I had to move anyway. He had to move too. Well, kind of. You did have to move.
I had to move out. I mean, temporarily.
Temporarily, yeah. So it was like we might as well just get a place together, and it kind of did. But when we were talking about it, it felt early. But by the time that we actually moved, it felt like it was perfect timing. But my Nana always says, like, she is just very much like, you should not move in with someone until you're married. And I know a lot of religious people have that viewpoint. I know a lot of older people have that viewpoint. Like really old. She's like she's 90. Oh my God. She's 90. And like, yeah, she has that viewpoint. And I get where she's coming from, kind of. What I tell her is like, oh, you don't really get to know someone until you move with them. Like there's many aspects that you learn about someone.
Which is true though. Like that's a true thing, I think.
I think like me and Noah living together, there's nothing that like by him seeing his room and how he lives, like that was enough for me to know that okay, he's not a dirty person or like he likes to keep his stuff together. But I personally, I really don't think like moving in together is like a make or break for a marriage, in my opinion.
Okay.
So if we did move in after we got married, I don't think living together would have like made or broke our marriage.
Yeah, like we wouldn't have found out anything that probably wouldn't have prevented us from getting married, but or like continuing now. But it's like for now, I have learned a lot about you living with you. Not in a bad way, but
what have you learned?
It's just different things. Like when I'm in your daily routine, and I just see how you like naturally do things. Mm-hmm. Like that's something I wouldn't really be able to tell when you're living in your place, I'm living in mine. It's just like, little stuff though. Like,
but is that something you need to know before you marry someone?
It depends. Like if we're talking about like if you're cleaning up dishes, or if you're washing dishes after you eat, or you just leave them there, or like when we have like a place together, there's a lot of problems that come with that too. Like, what if something stops working and we have to figure that out? Like problem solving skills, like.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, we kind of knew all this stuff before.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you do have your own space and like room to just be in our routine, that is a different aspect of a relationship that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
And we are unlocking like different things like now it's just we have more time to get into like if we're reading a book every night before bed or something like that, or like we can just do those type of things that we couldn't do before. And I think we have gotten closer though in the past, was it 2 months?
Yeah.
2 months, a month and a half I guess.
I think so too, and it does allow a lot of room for growth for our relationship, like much quicker. Like you said, like we'll read a book together at night to like about marriage and align our values, or we'll do our finances together to try to align our values, and we can have more conversations because we're together all the time. So it does we solve problems quicker because we're together, so it does like speed up the growth of your relationship, and I do like that aspect of it.
That is another thing too, just touch on like finances. Like when you're living with somebody, like a partner, you have to be open about like finances. If you're sharing, like if you're splitting rent, bills, groceries, like just random stuff for the house, toilet tissue stuff. So it's like you kind of have to be open about finances to a point where you guys can, have a compromise on who's paying what, like who's splitting what. So that's another thing for us too, because we're both like big on saving money and like growing our money and like being real transparent with our money. So it's like before we moved in together, it wasn't necessarily a talking point because we didn't really have a reason to, I guess, take it to that level of like actually talking about our finances. But now that we're living together and we have to, like, we're sharing rent, like bills, groceries, like all the stuff we are sharing now. So it forces us to not only save our money better because it's going towards different things that we may not have had to go towards last time we're in our last place, but like food, just a whole house. Like we had to furnish the house too, so it's like we had a lot of expenses that we had to be mindful of and transparent with the other person. And that's kind of the aspect where I do feel like it is pretty important to know how the other person can handle finances and communicate finances before you're getting married in terms of living together. I think it can help.
That's true. I also do feel like that's a conversation we could have had when we're not together, like when we're not living together.
Yeah, but it doesn't really come into play until
you can't practice it.
Yeah, you can't really, like you can practice it, but like you can't practice that to a degree when you have a house though, because like if we're going out to dinner, sure we could practice that, or if we're just buying random stuff like at the mall or something, like we're getting to split it. But like if we have rent, that's a monthly expense. That's a reoccurring expense that you can't practice, and it's more than just a couple $100s. So
yeah,
especially living in California, like it's something you have to set aside and just you have to plan for. So I think like you can talk about it, you can like all that stuff, and it's just a point in terms of learning if you're always on time in terms of doing your portions, or if you're responsible for the groceries, it's like, okay, well, did you forget? Did you make time to go get groceries? Like stuff like that. So I think that's like that is an aspect that is important, and you don't really know until it's really in effect. So that part, I think we learned a lot about each other, like how we handle the financial part of being together.
All right. So Noah and I, like we said, we live in California. It's pretty expensive. We pay about $3,800 a month.
Including bills?
No, like for rent.
No, it's
how much is our rent?
$3,000.
Oh my God.
Get the
Sorry.
$3,000.
We paid $3,000 in rent.
Yeah.
Not 3,800. $3,000. Anyways, but Noah and I split based off of our income. That's what we decided.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, and we planned on moving into each other. Planned on moving in with each other about in maybe June-ish, July-ish, and then we actually moved in September. So we had about a couple months to actually plan and figure out how we want to split things. Because like Avery said, it's like we both make about like it's close, but it's different.
It's not close.
All right, it's not close.
You make like probably like.
You really don't think that close?
40,000 more than me, or is that
40,000 more?
Maybe like 20,000 more.
It's probably like 40.
It's probably like 40,000 more. So like, why would I be splitting rent? First of all, why would I split rent? Period. But
evenly.
Evenly.
Probably what you're trying to say.
Oh yeah, evenly. I do pay for a portion of the rent. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, she's not evenly, right?
Yeah, I don't. Of course, I went. Well. I'm dead.
We're learning the real Ari.
Well, the real Ari would not want to pay for anything. I know. I said it out loud. That's
just what you want, and that's what you talking about with rent or dinner, like any expenses.
Not any expenses. I'm not a child. I'm fully aware of that. But I do want my man to pay for rent and bills.
And dinner and food.
And dinner.
And food.
You don't have to pay for food. Like
groceries,
you don't have to do that when we're married. But when we're married, like obviously right now we kind of split most things. What'd you say? No? Noah pays more than I pay.
Yeah, we split, but...
But what?
Oh, it's not even.
It's not even. He pays a little bit more because he makes more. I feel like that's right. But I think when I get married,
It's a lot more. Well, no, it depends.
when I get married, I want the household bills to be paid by my man. And then I can do groceries. I don't mind that. I can do
Side note,
what?
I like doing groceries. And I'm going to tell you why.
Because
I'm going to tell you why. What are you about to say? I thought you were about to say
I'm
something.
cheap.
Her words,
I'm
not
literally
mine.
cheap. I know
Because,
I'm cheap.
listen, I'm the one who cooks. I cook, right?
You do.
And then when I cook, I want the best stuff to cook with.
He cooks,
Take a
he
deep breath,
pays
yeah.
the bills, he does everything.
Listen, and I like cooking too.
He does like
I like
cooking.
cooking
He
too.
genuinely enjoys making good food where I just like to eat.
And I can say I'm good at it.
Yeah, he is. I know. I wouldn't be eating if you weren't.
You would eat it still. You eat at
You're
the
right,
center.
you're right, you're right.
And
I would
if you-
actually.
if you-
What am I
no, but I'm saying if you could eat at the center, I'm sure you could eat that. The point is this. The point is this. I like cooking, so it's like when I'm grocery shopping, I want to get the best quality stuff, and I want to get lots of it.
Okay, so
So I don't mind buying that because if you're in charge of groceries ever, which you won't be, I don't want to have to like give you a long list of like expensive things and then you feel like, why do I have to do this, and this if I'm not even like I don't want this. I could get the cheaper option. So no, I don't want to have to put that on you. So that's fine. I've never had an issue with that.
I understand that. So what? How do you think it should be?
In terms of what?
When we're married, like ultimate, because we say married because that's like the ultimate like
That's the
goal
goal
for us.
That's like the
Once
goal.
we get there, that's where we should be at like top tier operation.
Yeah.
no
So I would say, well,
would
you
you-
already told me what you want.
You know what I want, but what would you want to do for your girl?
Okay, so here's the thing. It's like, before I even answer that, does it depend on how much we make though? Because like, let's say in
I don't know. Is that what you want?
what?
Do you want it to be even, depending on how much you make? I feel like that's fair. Like I genuinely do feel like that's fair.
So let's just say if there's a point where you make more than me, then what? Do you take a majority of the expenses?
Great question.
If you think it's fair, but you don't. So look, I caught
Good
her.
question.
No, I caught her.
Good question.
So let me say that again. So earlier, you kind of said like, and I get this. You want me to take care, or like the man to take care of most of the expenses when we're married,
Yes.
which makes sense. But if there was ever a point where you would make more,
Mm-hmm.
what would that look like? Would you still want the man to?
I would want you to make more money to level up your expenses.
I don't.
I want you to make more money.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
I want my man to have more money than me. I do. But
And you, yeah, that's
it's just that simple. I mean, money is just an aspect of a relationship. Obviously, I'm not going to leave Noah if he's making less money than me, but I am going to help him find ways to make more. Like, it's just that simple. So, but yes, I guess we would be operating that way if I made more.
well. Look, here's the thing. Well, I don't. Okay, I was gonna say like hair, nails, and all that. That's not really a house expense, but
I pay for that. For
that's
me.
not a house expense anyway. That's
a me expense.
I pay for my haircuts.
$35. That's like,
$35, yeah, every 2 weeks.
yeah, that's good.
I pay when I get my hair braided. I pay for that. You pay for your cosmetic stuff. I pay for my haircuts. So that's that's not house expenses though. In terms of rent, that is what it is. Like I feel like we're already in a routine where it's like about what's the percent I'd say? I would say it would be about 70-30.
Okay, yeah, that's about right.
70-30. And like I said earlier, I do groceries.
Mm-hmm. And meals when we eat out.
And of course, dinners when we want to eat, pay for the food. That's a given though.
I do water, electric, Wi-Fi,
Bills.
bills. Yeah, bills.
So you do bills and your portion of the rent,
And I clean up the house often.
and I cook.
And he cooks, literally. That's actually how it goes. That's cute.
That's
I
about
love
it.
cleaning. I genuinely do like cleaning though.
And then gas though. That's I think that's. what you
Oh,
like,
I do gas. I do like cleaning, yeah. I do gas, I do my nails, I do my hair.
I do gas sometimes. Tell them I do. This is
When?
how. What do you mean what?
You haven't done gas in a while.
I haven't been with you when you filled up gas, to be honest.
You just were with me last time I filled up.
I know, but you said I'll do it this time. You felt bad. You're like, you always do it. I'll do it this time.
No, I always fill my gas, especially when I'm by myself. I'm always driving.
Well, if you're by yourself, I mean, yeah. What am I gonna do?
Well,
like
I do gas. Well, I feel like it's my car.
In your car, yeah, you're gonna also do gas.
Yeah.
But if I'm with you and like I always offer. Most times I'll pump the gas. I'll pump the gas. And
you better be pumping it at least. Shit.
I'm gonna be pumping the gas.
Yeah, but mostly I feel like it's no one does more. I still do stuff, but oh my gosh, his hat is falling. But ultimately, when I get married, I do want him to be carrying the weight because I'm gonna be carrying the child eventually. So,
yeah, that's true. Like, and that's no problem. I mean, that's no problem. I mean,
you never told me your ideal situation.
Circle back to that. I would say what we're in now is pretty ideal. For you talking about right now when we're married?
When we're married, ultimate goal.
Well, when we're married, I think it's a whole different situation because we will be owning our house.
We're not gonna be owning our house as soon as we're married.
When you're getting
I mean, yeah. Sure.
That matters though because at some point when we're married, we will be buying a house, not renting.
Yeah.
So like that does play into effect in terms of like that's money going back into that's an investment. So it's like that and plus when you're married, I feel like our money like here's the thing when you're married versus like when we're dating. I feel like when we're dating, your money's your money, my money's my money for the most part. But then when we're married, it's like we're gonna have more expenses, eventually kids. It's like more of our money's gonna go to us as a husband and wife. So it's like, I mean, if we're talking rent, it's like I don't have numbers, but if the rent is a majority, like in terms of you said 100, is that what you said?
What do you mean?
You said 100% like on the man, is that what you said on me?
For rent, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, on rent.
Ideally, I don't know. I do think I don't know. You don't have a number on. I think it should be based on income, partially.
I think that's how we do it now.
Yeah, but then again, I do want you to pay for most things. I'm still stuck in between. It's because there's no black and white answer. Whatever our financial circumstance at that time will be, like we'll figure that out.
That's the thing. It's like I don't really know. But if we took the same financial situation we're in now, and like let's say we got married tomorrow, and then we were just like operating under the money we have now, then it would be different. Like I don't think 100% on the man would be ideal.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't be ideal. It wouldn't be smart for me. It'd be smart for you.
Yeah,
you would. Yeah. That's highway robbery.
No, I totally agree. I guess it does depend on how much we both make. Like, let's just be real.
Because like I said, if there's ever a point where you make more, I'm not doing 100%. You kidding me? You kidding me? 100% rent? If you're making way more than me?
I know, obviously, yeah, that's the case. But at that point, we should be having a different conversation.
Listen. For right now, things are going pretty good.
Yeah.
And in terms of like, I think we're pretty even in terms of like your responsibilities and mine.
Agreed.
So I don't think we'll ever have an issue where it's like we're confused on who's doing what.
Yeah.
But if that's your goal, then I feel like, listen, I'll put it like this: if I'm ever in a point where I'm taking more expenses in that regard, then you would have to bring more to the table in terms of things that aren't regarding expenses. Mm-hmm. Like if I take expenses off your plate,
then you cook, I'll clean.
Yeah, like we just gotta make it even somehow.
Yeah.
Not in terms of money, but even in terms of like you're doing things, I'm doing things. Mm-hmm. So if I take this off your plate, then you can, maybe cook. Even though I like cooking, I got the cooking. But like you can clean as much as you want.
I clean now.
As often as you want, you can clean.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Laundry. I can do laundry. We do our own laundry.
You do laundry every 3 days.
Well, I have a lot of clothes from training. We wear
I do laundry
2 outfits a day. I wear a lot of clothes at practice.
Yeah, so that's like I don't have issues with laundry, but like everything else really is like I'm trying to really think what else we.
Yeah, like as of right now,
and then furniture, and then like the furniture thing. That was split down the middle because I think that was like a.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't say investment, but it's like a long-term thing where it's like if we're both going to be using it.
Yeah.
We should probably split, but yeah. Other than that, it's pretty. We're in a pretty good routine, which I don't take for granted because it's only been 6 months. I mean, 6 weeks since we moved in, not 6 months. 6 weeks since we moved in, and we're already in a pretty good routine in terms of our responsibilities. So, and plus, here's the thing too: you're gone most of the day, so it's like, I'm not gonna like when you get home. It's pretty, you eat. Well, sometimes you recover. You really don't do that.
Yes, I do recover.
You recover.
I recover at training. Then I come back, may not do extra recovery. Do your recovery.
We have 2 sets of Normatec boots in the house, and she does not use them.
Cause sometimes I'm too tired to use more recovery, and then sleep.
You sit down on the couch and slip on the thing and press start, and then it's a relaxing you're too tired to recover. Coach Emily's gonna watch this.
Oh my god. Okay.
The point was this though. You have like a whole routine when you get back from home, and then it's 9 o'clock when you look up. So it's like you don't really have. And once I start practicing, we're gonna be in the same routine from literally start to finish.
Yeah.
So that's the thing too about dating an athlete who is on the same schedule as you. It works out well. Yeah. You wake up at the same time, go to practice, eat lunch at the training center, same time, go back to practice, come home, recover, eat well.
Yeah.
Like we're both recovering, we're both eating the same thing. And then after we eat, when we chill, shower, maybe go to bed, and then that's it. So it's like
you shower after practice.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe. Like we shower after practice. But
maybe.
No, we shower after practice, but then maybe
okay.
If we go back out and do stuff, I'm showering again before I go to bed.
Okay, valid.
You don't?
I'm not doing anything after practice.
So that's our routine. So when my practice starts back up, and then she's already in practice, it just matches. And then she's traveling for weeks at a time, so
yeah,
that's a whole different thing. So I got the house definitely all the chores are. That's the thing. When I'm gone, she picks it up. When she's gone, I pick it up. So it's a pretty good routine though. It's healthy. It's definitely healthy. So okay. So one thing I want to bring up is most of your past relationships were private, right? In terms of social media and all that, right? You never posted any of your other.
Yeah, I've never posted anyone before. On my feed. On my story, I have. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, there was times people knew who I dated, but I never really posted for the most part.
For the most part, did you post or did you not post?
On my story, yeah.
Oh, but not as an actual feed.
Listen, what I'm doing now with you is the most I've done.
Yeah.
So and there is a difference. I want to know what is the difference between is the relationship different based off how it's private back then versus how it's public now?
Well, not really. The only reason that I feel we're so public is because I'm very sure. In my past relationships, I've never been sure. I said this in my last podcast actually, but I've never been sure that I'm about to be with someone forever. So now that I'm posting, it really shows I'm actually serious about this person and I genuinely think we're gonna be together forever. People know, you don't just post anybody, to be real. Some people post every relationship that they're in. That's just them. But me, I feel I really found my person. I feel I'm really with someone that I want to be with. And it kind of makes you be more committed to your relationship, period. Because it just does. So, and a private relationship is cool too. Y'all don't know everything about our relationship. I mean, more with this podcast, they're starting to learn, but
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. For the most part,
for me, in terms of private, it's just a private. I mean, there's not when it comes to the basics of it. There's not too much that's really different. Versus private versus public. It's just when you're us right now, I think there's more pros to being public though, because we do things like this. Like we're both, like look, we both competed in Paris, so it's like for us to post that or talk about that or anything like that. So like at this point, this is, and I say this is the most public I've ever had it because, you know, when I was running my races in Paris, like NBC was already had their cameras on you saying who you were and stuff, and it's like that. It doesn't get bigger than that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like there's no erasing anything right now. So it's like I'm saying
so
like,
we're stuck together. And honestly, doing that, it definitely does make it harder to break up, period.
In a good way, though.
Yeah,
like,
in a good way.
In a
like,
good way.
but ultimately, like, I knew that, like, I can tell by Noah's personality and who Noah is as a person that we're never going to, like, go bad. Like, if we're going to have a problem or issue, it's going to be, like, you can just tell what type of issues you're going to have. I don't know how to explain it. But it's like, I know that we're not going to blow up if we ever do even break up. It's not going to be something terrible or extreme or like we're both two level-headed people. It's going to be calm and like so
it also is important too that whenever we have had arguments or whatever the case may be, we both are pretty mature enough not to take it to social media. So it's like everyone knows we're dating, everyone knows we're together, so it's like it's really important to, you know, use that wisely, because like if we could just easily go on our story and just say a subliminal message on our story and just, I mean, that's just not really the most mature thing to do. So we don't do any of that. Like we don't use social media like in a negative way when we're arguing or like, I don't know, in turmoil, but that's another thing too. So, and even that goes too when we're I guess in person, like at an event. So it's like everyone knows we're together because we're public. So, but if we're having an issue, if we're mad, can't show that. Like we just have to still just. And there's times where it's easier than others in terms of hiding or just letting our issues go at the door if we're going somewhere like an event or if we're just around people we know. There's times where it's easier than others, but for the most part, we do a pretty good job of keeping our issues just between us and not taking it to social media or having a flat out argument in front of everyone if we're at a party or just whatever. So, I mean, and that's the thing too, we do train, we don't train exactly in the same place, but we still train at the training center. So it's like, well, I'll see her at lunch. So if we have an issue at home, we don't take it to the center or something like that. So there's definitely different aspects of being public, which is, I think they all have helped us though.
Yeah.
But there's times where it's like you have to keep in mind that you are public to a degree that we are, and you just gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep it cute, keep it demure. But yeah, ultimately, it just wouldn't make sense for us not to be public. We're both Team USA athletes. Like, why not capitalize on who we are and who we are as a couple? And just the way we met, it's just so cute. Like, why not?
The way we met. I mean, speaking of that though, so I kind of want to know. I mean, they want to know too. So, what was the initial point where you knew you wanted to date me? What was the point where? Because we've already told the story how we met, but like that was like how we met as friends and like how we got to know each other. But what was the point where, like, what made you really want to date me?
Valentine's Day. Does that count?
I'm sure. Was it before that? Or was it the actual?
No, like Valentine's Day, I knew that it just felt like we were already dating.
Before then.
Before Valentine's
because
Day?
It had to get to a point where that even, and we're gonna go into the detail on that, but like before that even happened, how did we start talking?
Oh, how did we start talking? Well, Noah, it was Christmas.
About Christmas.
It was around Christmas time, and Noah is a Nike athlete, and he sent me like $250 in Nike credit, Nike Elite credit. So then I got it. I'm like, I'm in my dining room like with my aunt, and I'm like, this boy just sent me $250 in Nike. I'm like, okay. He must like me, like he has interest. So that's when I first knew that he was like interested and he wanted to talk like that.
Yep.
Because before that, like Noah and I were hanging out like in groups as like friends with friends. You know? Like the one-on-one time we had was when we first met, but before that, we never
There was
really hung
nothing.
out one-on-one.
There was nothing. It was because the Nike, when I sent that over to her, that was before I moved out to California. So I was back in Indiana still. She was at home for the time for the holidays, but she was still training out in California. So we weren't hanging out at the time. I just so happened to do that. But that was probably the first. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was like the first time of.
That was the initial
interest?
time when I knew he was like interested. So I'm like, okay, bet, whatever. Then from then on.
I move out here.
Yeah.
And then I think a week goes by, and then so I guess a bunch of us were about to go, I guess, out for like on a Saturday night, and I was new to the area. A couple of my other friends were too, so we were just like going in a big group, just having fun. And then it was like me, her, a couple of track people, I think a couple of rugby people as well. So we were always gonna go have fun. Some of us were in the area and stuff like that. But then, like one by one, everyone just started like disappearing. Like, oh, I'm tired. I'm not gonna make it. This and that. Yeah. And then it's just me and her. So like, and I'm texting her. I'm like, are you still trying to like do anything? Because at this point, it's like just me and you. So I don't know if you. So that was that, and then we ended up going out still. And I'm trying. It was a good time. It was cool.
It was super chill. We both were like cutely dressed, so it kind of felt like a date, but
it did feel like a date.
It felt like a date because it was only us two, and obviously we both could have canceled because no one else went.
Yeah,
but we didn't because we're.
Why didn't you cancel?
I don't know.
Why did you still go?
Because I wanted to go out with you.
You want to go out though, or did you? Or was it like a?
What do you mean I wanted to go out?
Or was it like you just wanted to go out just cause, or like was it like a?
If I'm gonna go out, I'm not about to go out with a guy and meet other people. Is that what you mean?
I didn't know if you were interested at that point.
I knew he was interested, so I was like, let's see what's up. I wasn't thinking that at the time. At the time, I did want to go out. I had it on my mind already, but I wasn't gonna cancel. I don't know. I wanted to hang out too, get to know him. So yeah, we went on the date. It was fun. It was cute. He bought my drinks. I bought a drink because I had to,
Uber downtown San Diego. Came back and then so basically it was like it wasn't really the environment to get to know somebody. So then I remember like once it was over, we're just like, okay, let's set up brunch next weekend. Mm-hmm. And then I think that was our first initial date.
Yeah, it was.
It definitely was our first initial date. So we had brunch
at the Broken Yoke,
Chula Vista. So we had brunch, and then that was the first time we actually had real one-on-one like conversation to get to know each other, not just out having fun. And then that was really it. That's kind of was the start of the like us talking. Mm-hmm. But then fast forward a month, it's like February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I mean, I casually just text you on, I think, I forgot what I said. Setting up, asking you Valentine's Day?
Yeah, he asked me his Valentine.
It was, I sent her, okay, this is what it was. I sent her a picture of these, like, pink Vapor Max. So I sent them, you remember this, do you?
Oh, yeah, I do.
She don't remember this.
I do!
I sent her a picture of the pink Vapor Max. And I was like, you like these? Something. And then, I don't know what I said, but it's something like, okay, well, you have to be my something like about Valentine's Day, and then this is your Valentine's Day gift, and something. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said, but it worked. That's the point, though. It worked. So then, basically, I like planning things. I like planning dates, parties, birthdays, like whatever it is. I like planning. So that was like my green light of okay, let's plan Valentine's Day. And at this time, I'm still kind of new out here to Chula Vista in San Diego, so I don't know what to do out here. So I guess the next few days, I'm like just scavenging the internet to figure out what to do. Because like, this is my time. This is where I show up. This is how I need to really like show my interest, I'd say. So it's Valentine's Day, and I got her those pink shoes I was talking about.
These giant Venus like fleur flowers, like the ones that last like a year. I don't know if you guys saw.
Yeah, it's like a box of 50 roses, like the pink ones. Got those. Some Nike slippers, What's the candle called?
Oh, this candle over here from like.
Le Labo.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Le Labo.
Mm-hmm.
Le Labo candle, candy.
Yeah.
There's something else in there, but got her some gifts. She got me gifts.
Yeah.
And then we went to
Dang, you're not even gonna say my gifts.
She got me a very nice necklace that had my name on it and Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
A blue water bottle.
A blue water.
What do you mean? It was a nice blue water bottle.
It was. You don't have it anymore though.
It's upstairs.
Okay.
It's my track bag. Candy and
What else did I get?
I think that was.
Dang, that sounds so weak compared to what you.
Well, I don't think you were expecting me to do all that.
I was not
I just
expecting
overdid
him
it.
to do all that.
You didn't.
He went
Your gifts
all
were
out.
good. I just overdid.
I thought I was just
mine.
getting sneakers.
Oh, and
no.
a portable charger.
Dang.
What?
Yes.
No.
That
No.
sounds
She
super
got
weak.
me. No, you got me the portable.
I know it sounds
Oh.
weak, but I was
It's
not
not
expecting him
weak.
to do it. I just like this is our. I wasn't even dating him yet.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
So, you
Keep
know,
in
I was
mind,
like-
mind you, we weren't dating at this time. Like,
We weren't.
We weren't dating. So I just.
He went all out. He planned a whole entire day. We went to we got brunch. Then we went to a Japanese garden.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went sunset sailing.
Mm-hmm. We did. I thought we did something. But no, you're right. It was that. Then ramen.
And then dinner.
And then dinner. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
So those four.
that was crazy.
I still thought there was something. Yeah, brunch,
That was
the gardens, the sunset cruise or whatever,
Yeah.
and then ramen, and then
Yeah.
came back, and then that was
And
the
then
day. Yeah.
that's when he brought the flowers out at the end. So after giving me all the stuff, he then brought it back out the end. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I feel like I'm being love bombed. I did feel like I was being love bombed at first.
I'll take it.
I did. I was like, oh my god, this is
Works.
crazy. Then I went home and I showed my friends, and they like
They knew.
they looked up the flower, how much the flowers cost. They're like, oh my god, Eric, you won't believe how much they cost. And then
Scratched off the logo.
they were so excited. Oh my god, it was crazy. But it was, I don't know. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, this guy really likes me. We're about to be dating soon. Then we ended up dating 4 years later. I took him kayaking, and we were on a boat. And then he.
Yeah, literally 4 days later. It was. We were on the water, like in the middle of this lake out here.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I don't think we were planning on. I wasn't planning on like actually asking her out that day.
Yeah, I kind of forced him.
No, you did not.
I was like, okay, I didn't. I was like, he said, what would you say if I asked you to be my girlfriend?
That is not what I said.
Yes, you did. You was like,
I can't co-sign on that.
You said that. You were like, what would you say?
I can't co-sign on that one.
You said if I asked you to be my girlfriend, what would you say? And I was like, he was like, and I said, yeah. I was like, I would be. You were like, okay. And I was like, well, are you going to ask me to be your girlfriend?
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't me asking though. That was like
I know it was you asking, but then I was
the
like.
reason why I asked
what?
that though was because I didn't know if you assumed because I did all that, if you thought we were already like.
Absolutely not.
You never. Some people would.
Absolutely not.
You know how many times like you know how many people just.
Oh,
don't
you were just
ask
asking that to make sure to let me know that I wasn't your girlfriend?
No, not for just that reason. But you know how many people just don't ask their girlfriend and they're just dating?
Yeah,
That wasn't me actually asking you.
I know. That now.
Now she knows that. But if
Were you ready to date me at that time?
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
Would I do all that if I wasn't ready?
You're right.
Come
Okay.
on now.
That was so funny though. The way it went down, I just think it's so funny and cute though. Because I was genuinely like, why would you ask me that if you're not gonna?
I was clearly ready, or else I would not have done all that 4 days prior. Because listen, all my teammates in practice were like, I told everyone what I was doing, what I had plans. They loved it, but then they were like, you gotta ask her out after. I'm like, guys, chill. I'm not doing it on Valentine's Day because that seemed forced. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not about to ask someone out on Valentine's Day. That's just like no. I was gonna do it when I felt right.
Yeah.
And they were just like, did you do it? When I came back to practice the next day after Valentine's Day, all I heard, did you do it? Did you do it? Nah, guys.
Literally everyone was pressuring our relationship. They're like, why are y'all not dating yet? And I'm like,
literally, because I was trying to explain to them, I was like,
Like,
Gosh, we have been talking for what, 3-4 weeks,
yeah.
a month, maybe.
I mean, you did all that, so it's like, why not?
Well, I know, but like they were just like, I was like,
yeah, they were. They were.
Got it.
My friends, his friends, it was like, y'all need to be dating. We're like, we felt pressured, but still.
A little bit, but it worked out. And then 4 days later, that's when we started dating. And then it just felt real natural since then.
Yeah.
Like it felt like I get this all the time. Like whenever I tell people we've been dating for what, almost 9 months, people say like it feels longer. Like I thought it's been longer, and I really do get that feeling from when I guess just our dynamic and relationship. It feels like we've been dating a lot longer than we have. So
yeah, we've learned so much about each other,
a lot.
How we operate, how we handle problems. It's been really fun solving problems with Noah. Like honestly, that's like a huge part of relationships. Like can you solve a problem properly? Can you say what you said you were going to do to make this person feel more loved or cared for, or like, are you willing to change for this person? Okay. Yeah, but overall, we figured out how to solve problems, how to, just be able to be with each other and commit to each other completely.
And be patient with each other too.
Yeah, because once you fully commit and you know you love someone, that's really all that you need to be able to get through the problems.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It really is true. So, this was very different than doing a Q&A in the first episode. So I like this being open and stuff. So this was a good one. And guys, keep on the lookout for a giveaway. We just posted it, so go check it out. It's a track and rugby giveaway. There's some cool stuff in there. So
yeah, you have to be following both of us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and following the Medalist podcast on YouTube in order to even be considered. So make sure you're following both of us so that you can find the giveaway.
Yep. So it'll be on her Instagram, my Instagram, Noah_Malone13.
Ariana.Gabrielle. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.